Yo guys, what is up? Soloin here, back with a new video. It's been a while since I said that. I had a couple people tweet and DM me saying that Sommer and Banks had pretty great things to say about me on Keemstars podcast. Now first, I want to apologize to the people that are tired of hearing about this situation because it happened 2 years ago and it should have ended 2 years ago. And I know that not everybody cares, but I'm just defending my integrity. Something a lot of YouTubers tend to not have nowadays. I don't appreciate people speaking bad of my name, especially when there was no ill intention with the videos I made about her. I don't tolerate disrespect at all. I was showing the truth and teaching people what not to do when working with another party. So to break the situation down, Keemstar has a podcast called Mom's Basement. Sommer and Banks were being interviewed on said podcast. Towards the beginning of the podcast, they talk about me. During this, they seem to drag the situation and not really give any logical and unbiased insight. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a hypocrite as well for dragging the situation because I did make a video a couple months ago talking about it, but it was to teach a life lesson. So yeah, I'm just gonna own up to that. Now I'm gonna break down the whole situation and give a completely unbiased insight.
You're on your grind, except for the fact that you made a YouTube channel and it was going crazy and stopped posting.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Why? Why did
remember
you do
that? So like I didn't pay my editor.
Yeah,
It really
I do remember.
that whole
I remember that.
Guys, the whole situation was so bogus. Literally, I had emails with him because this is when I first moved into the clout house and I didn't really have a lot of money. I was going through a really bad thing with just going through a hard time.
I love the way they mention my name and just laugh. I'm surprised they even remember me. It shows how much of an impact I had on her career. You didn't have a lot of money. Were those booty model checks and sponsors not paying enough on Instagram? I'm pretty sure if you had enough money to move to LA and hang out with huge influencers, you'd have some type of funds to pay $50 to your editor. If you were smart enough with money management, that wouldn't be an issue. And even if you didn't have money, why would you accept it in the first place knowing that you couldn't pay somebody for labor? I can show the email right now with the portion of our conversation that involved the money aspect. Now, once did you say you didn't have money in that email? You said you'd give credit to the editor, which was me, and then pay me once you started making money off YouTube. If you had been transparent and said that you were broke in that email, maybe this would have made more sense. But you're clearly just spitting random shit to degrade my name.
And I was like, hey, look, I want to do YouTube, but I don't have a lot of money right now. So if you want to be my editor, I'm gonna pay you. After every video said edited by Soloin, I put him in the description. I got him a lot of subscribers, and
I got him a lot of subscribers. Please don't try to act like you made my career or something. I had near 100K subscribers on this platform before I started editing for you. I built that shit from the ground up. Grinded since I was 12. I'm not gonna deny that your videos got me exposure. Obviously it did, but don't try to word it as if you made me, because if anything, I made you, on YouTube at least. You had a bigger platform on Instagram and chose to migrate to YouTube to expand said platform. I'd be lying if I said that me editing for you didn't give me any sort of exposure at all, because it did. But that wasn't the main reason why I wanted to edit for you. I was a 17-year-old in high school with near 100K subscribers on YouTube, looking for an opportunity to get paid and do what I love doing, which is making videos. That exposure was just an addition. Have you heard of something called mutual benefit? Your videos get edited for you, which saves you time. You pay your editor, which gives him money in his pockets, in which you didn't do at first. And the side benefit is that the editor gets his work seen. But you have to understand, why did people come to my channel in the first place? The editing, the creativity, something you lacked or couldn't bother to do yourself. And look, it's not bad to hire an editor. I'm not against it. Some people just don't have time to edit their own videos. But one, don't try to call yourself a creator if you don't even know how to edit your own videos. Two, don't try to downplay somebody's hard work and creativity off of exposure.
Oh, can you edit my videos?
Yeah, but it's gonna cost a little bit of money.
I don't have money, but I could give you exposure.
The world doesn't revolve around exposure. Empty those pockets.
But what if I gave you 100,000 exposure?
I need money. There have been so many people and testimonies on those 3 videos I made about you saying that if the edits weren't entertaining, they wouldn't be watching it. And unfortunately, it's an indirect way of saying your personality was boring. I helped skyrocket your YouTube career. I'm pretty sure everything I said in that first video about you blew past your mind. I'm not gonna simp over you because I'm not attracted to you, but people saw a pretty face and whoever you were associated with and decided to keep watching your content. Pretty sure if you started up this YouTube stuff alone without any help from an editor or any of these influencers you're associated with, it would be much harder to build yourself. So your personality would develop over time with said hard work.
One day he woke up and just thought, I'm gonna expose her and make a video about it.
I can attest to that, actually. Summer was very transparent with this guy. She's exactly the way she just described it, and obviously...
Yeah, this part made no sense at all. I decided to make the video because you ghosted me for days and made excuses. You were not being transparent. You can ghost people that date you, but you can't ghost a person that you have a debt to. If somebody does labor for you, you have the legal obligation and responsibility to pay somebody for said labor. Oh, and speaking about labor, just a couple days ago, I hired somebody to edit the video I just uploaded a couple days ago, watching Phineas and Ferb for 24 hours. I didn't like the outcome of it because it just wasn't my style. The video was very slow paced. It just wasn't my style. There's really nothing more or less I could say. So I decided to edit the video myself, but I still sent the money that I promised him because he put time and work into it. It's called being a genuine human being.
Like this dude. The thing is, people...
That video has 5 million views. Like, that's the one thing that people want to say something mean about her. She didn't pay her editor. I'm like, well, the thing is, that's the worst thing people can say about me then.
You're doing pretty good. Yeah. For real, though.
Hell yeah, the video has 5 million views. But why is that the only thing you care about? Instead of trying to understand the situation and owning up to it, you only understand the exposure aspect of it. You solely focus on that. It has 5 million views because it was true. And a person with half a brain could understand that. There was even proof with screenshots and messages to back up my statements. People aren't saying you didn't pay your editor as an insult towards you. People lost respect for you because you couldn't even handle something as simple as just paying your editor. You're taking it face value and acting as if it's supposed to hurt you. It's not. But it should teach you a lesson to pay people for the work that they do. You sound like a high schooler that skips class and doesn't do their homework and complains why they have an F on their report card when you didn't even do anything to work for an A. Then you call the teacher a fat bitch because they didn't pass you. It's to teach you a lesson. You get an F, you realize you fucked up. That's how life works, right? You own up and understand your mistakes.
Well, hold up, because I remember covering that, and I was like, physically mad at you. I was like, why is she not paying her editor?
Oh yeah, no, you DM me and everything. I was like, please, I literally swear to you, I had no malicious intent. Like,
if you had no malicious intent, why weren't you transparent in the first place? If you really cared and didn't have malicious intent, you could have easily texted me or called me and we would have resolved this in an instant. But instead, you decided to play the ghosting game.
Like,
that's the problem with like internet drama in general, and not to attack what you do, Keem, for a living, but it's just very like a lot of the time it's very like there's no context to things. Like you, especially when you hear things from one perspective.
I'm not really sure what Banks is talking about here. There was plenty of context. Not even sure if you watched the video, but okay. She had the opportunity to give her side of the story, but didn't. And Banks, you're talking about drama as a whole and not even this situation in particular. This is a bad attempt of making yourselves look good.
And not to say like this human who edited your videos is insignificant or you're any more important, but like, are you really gonna like, do you really want to address something like that every time somebody comes at you with some that? It was very apparent that this kid was just looking for exposure.
And that right there is a biased opinion with no hard facts. Looking for exposure? That's ironic coming from a person with a YouTube group named Clout Gang. I'm a clout chaser because I wanted to get paid. Y'all are manipulative as hell, man. Did all that fame go to your head? If you had even an inch of a brain cell, you'd understand this wasn't a move for clout. I wanted money for what I worked for. For all I cared, the video would have had 10K views and I would have been happy because I got the truth out. If you want to call me a clout chaser, just look at the platform you're on. You're literally doing an interview to seek recognition and validation for your personal life and things you're doing on social media as a Isn't that clout chasing in its own way because you're trying to expand your presence, your influence on different platforms? Keemstars Mom's Basement being the platform. Super hypocritical. Is clout all you guys think about? Like, you realize there's a real world, right? Where when you do labor, you get paid with money and not exposure. If I wanted exposure, I would have milked the hell out this situation. I would have made diss tracks. I would have tried to start beef like every other YouTuber on this platform. I would have even acted ignorant in the video and just said some dumb shit to get a reaction. But instead, I decided to take the noble way out and expose the truth respectively with hard facts. I applied pressure when you didn't respond, and when you did respond and everything was sorted out, I stopped immediately.
That's sometimes it makes it hard, right? Like, I think the reason why Dramaler is so successful is because I have a good relationship. Well, maybe not a good relationship, but I have a relationship, a working relationship with almost every creator, right? So if stuff goes down, I can just reach out to them and be like, okay, what's your side? What happened, right?
Yeah, and that's great, Keemstar. Great job for reaching out to both of us. But right now, it kind of seems like you're leaning towards the side of your friends. But hey, you do own Drama Alert, so you want to keep a good relationship with said friends with clout.
Yeah, and to give you credit, like people do criticize you for like going after people and like trying to ruin people, but you always, no matter how much you hate somebody, you always give everybody an opportunity to speak and cover the whole story. And like,
Yeah, at this point, they're kind of just virtually shaking each other's dicks. Sorry, I mean hands.
and that's the other thing too about perspective. People look at people on the internet, and if you have a large number next to your name, like you said, like during that time in your life, if you weren't making a lot of money, but people don't think that, especially when you're living in the house and like you're Sommer Ray and stuff. People assume,
Yeah,
and like
I was getting out of like a bad like management type
yeah,
situation.
you were.
And,
it
like,
was all.
my
I
life
remember.
was so messed up.
it was.
Yeah, so I was just going through a hard time trying to get my life together. I was like, I want my videos edited.
All it just took was a simple, hey, right now I'm getting out of a management. I don't have enough money to pay you, but blah, 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 blah. It could have just been something as simple as that. Granted, if it was too personal, I would understand that. You could have sugarcoated it. But it's better than just ghosting me and then hiring a new editor expecting that I wouldn't notice anything. But all I really gotta say is I lost respect for you both entirely. But this segment alone shows how much integrity and decency you have as human beings. None. I was respectful in those videos. I talked about you. Tried not to bring negativity. Any negativity that was brought upon you was from third parties that decided to act along their own volition and behalf. If you think I'm a clout chaser, that's amazing. Just because you have a social media presence doesn't mean the world revolves around you. There are 7 billion plus people on this planet with just as much significance as your being. But at the end of the day, it's sad that it took you guys almost 3 years to even reply to this situation as a whole. And it was a very half-assed reply too. No real hard facts or evidence, just kind of spewed biased information. But yeah, I've had enough of this. Hope you guys live long and successful lives. I don't have any negativity towards y'all. I just want you guys to see the situation as is without bias. Hopefully one day we could come to terms with this, Sommer. And if we can't, so be it. Good luck. I appreciate the loyal viewers that understand this logically and showed no bias to either side. Thanks for being respectful. You guys are dope, and thanks for giving the time to listen to me. If you want to stay updated with me, follow my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. If you want to support me even further, follow my brand ABRANT and cop something from the site. We have a Discord community if you want to talk there as well. One final announcement, I'll be uploading every single Sunday. So, I don't know, we can call it Soloin Sunday or something. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say, man. Just to let y'all know, a lot of big influencers don't give a shit about y'all at all. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about anything that you guys provide them. They just look at you guys as numbers. They just look at you guys as money. And I can't lie, from a business aspect, it is completely normal because a lot of people in business tend to have zero emotion. But at the same time, if you want to make money, you should at least care about your fan base that's giving you said money from buying your products. But yeah, man, I'm just saying a lot of these people are fake out here. You can just see through it. Just look at their eyes very closely when you watch their vlogs or their videos. You can really tell if they're in this shit because they enjoy it or because they just want money. But hey, sorry to put you guys in a depressed, sad mood, but yeah, stay safe and have a good one. Peace.